Welcome to Our Healing Voices YouTube channel. I'm Aaron Lehman, your host, and today we're going to take a look at 3 clips from my episode 44 interview with Kristina Renée.
We've all had our roundabout ways of getting to where we are. But one of the things that I've always held true to my heart since I was a child is that, and I remember saying this to my dad one day when I was pretty young, it's about that because we all have this spiritual connection, that we truly can or could experience any one thing that anyone had. It's just that the way in which we experience it, depending on what we're bringing in to this lifetime, will alter the perspective of that. And of course, I didn't say it like that as a child to my dad. But there's this knowing that as we each unravel the cycling of energy of these karmic patterns, that we stay in connection to that inner wisdom and guidance that along the journey of human experiences, because of culture, because of family upbringings, because of how we experience trauma or how we go through hardship, it becomes disconnected. We become disconnected to ourselves. And so that journey I said of mine being messy, I look back and I can smile and say, wow, I can see all those moments where I was disconnected, and through the healing work, reclaiming those parts that got lost to come back into my inner wisdom and my inner guidance. And at the heart of this work for me is to help others connect to that unseen part of themselves. Because as we individually do that, I truly believe that we collectively begin to alter the way we live in the world. Because as we relate differently to ourselves, that bleeds out into all of our relationships in life. So, when you ask, what's my takeaway? Mm-hmm. It goes back to it's the support structure within myself. Got it. So as we reclaim these disconnected or lost parts of ourself, we are moving more and more and more into our authentic self, what truly is in alignment, without being, unclear or clouded by interferences of energy. And another way to think about interference of energy is a way in which we coped a trauma. Another way to think about this, now that I can't say everyone. Mm-hmm. I really try not to speak in too finite. Mm-hmm. But right now, the culture is becoming more and more conscientious of the nervous system and of the particular fight, flight, fawn, and freeze responses. And those two, right, can happen in the body. And that trauma place of being in those places, fight, flight, fawn, and freeze, is where those interferences of energy can come in. While that part of us got disconnected, something came in to help us. And then that ends up staying with us. And that's when we're like, I keep doing this thing and it's like, why do I keep saying this about myself?
Yeah.
I don't believe it, but I can't stop it. Or, man, why do I, when I get mad, I keep doing that to the person I love.
Right.
Right. And that's where it's like, oh, there's some disconnect there. So let's open up a compassionate space and look at it and see it from a lens of how it did serve you at some point, and how to create a clarity around that. And also what part of you needs to come back, and making that, you said the word peace, that inner peace with that part of you to heal that didn't get to maybe heal in that moment because the trauma was so intense.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, to answer your question, coming back around, I kind of trail off and come back and trail off. So,
I love it. I love it. I love it.
Is the support of my internal world and how that has brought me closer and closer into my relationship to self-trust, self-love, self-compassion. And where I don't feel that is where my work is. Where like, oh, something's amiss. Mm-hmm. And then I have my practices that I have my support systems. I think one of the words you used was like a strategy. What's your strategy? And to come back. Mm-hmm. A lot of this work is, it's very vulnerable to do this, to do any healing, to go into any space where you are going to look at your patterns, maybe phobias, addictions, behaviors that are causing harm to you or another person. And then looking at how we feel around those aspects of ourselves, anger and sadness and grief and shame and all those very real human things. So the 10-minute alignment calls are a way just to connect and to really see, does this resonate for you? And just knowing that, like oil and water, we're all going to resonate with different people. So people can connect with me, and if it doesn't resonate, I can refer you out to other depth hypnosis practitioners. I don't take any offense to that. We really got to be truthful. That's part of our inner guidance of, does this really work? And also knowing there's seasons. Sometimes we're not ready for certain things. So just really honoring and trusting that.
Those of you intrigued to hear more from Kristina Renée, click on the description below to access all of episode 44. Thanks for stopping by Our Healing Voices YouTube channel, and we look forward to hearing from you.